Hello, test 1, 2. Do you hear me? I don't think I hear you either. I hear me. I hear other stuff.
Hear the music? I don't hear the music.
Yeah.
He said he's got nothing from us.
You had us earlier.
We did. Hello? All right, do you have Dave? Talk.
Hello, hello. Check 1, 2. Test 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello, hello.
I don't hear him, so that's okay. Switch. Do you have me on talkback?
I have you on talkback.
Do you have me on talkback, Dave?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
But you don't have Eric.
If he's talking, I don't have him.
Yeah, you don't have him. Okay, so Dave doesn't have you. I don't have Dave programmed. But if you have him, that's all that matters. And I also switched that mic around.
Let me see if I have you on main.
Check, check.
I don't have you on main either. Welcome to Sherwood, Ohio, the home of the Fairview Apaches, as your Bryan Golden Bears go on the road for the second out of 4 weeks in a row. Picked up a win last week against Bowling Green, in here to take the 127 rivalry against Fairview on what is senior night here at Fairview against the Apaches. It's the Bryan Athletic Booster pregame show. We had the chance to chat with Bryan head coach Scott Staten, and you'll hear that after this timeout on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Discover top-quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real-world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top-quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
1 in 10 kids vape. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
Welcome to Inside the Bears Den. Dave Brofson with Coach Staten, coming off a nice win last week.
Yeah, real nice. Feels good. We talked about it Friday night with the kids in our pregame. Like, we need to start getting used to waking up on Saturday mornings excited to come watch film because we came up with a big win.
And it was. I mean, and pretty much all phases of the game we were talking about a little bit before, defense really stepped up, other than you had a big kid picking on a small kid out on the sideline, and Sam had perfect coverage on those two completions. But when you're 6'4" against 5'7", 5'8", a good pass is going to beat a good defender any day of the week.
Yeah, exactly. And we just had to weather it there. You know, and like I said, Sam was in good position there. The kid was just taller than him, so, you know.
And one of the
we
things,
can adjust some things.
one of the things Chris and I talked about in the booth at halftime, after you got the field goal and the pick six to go up at the half, is the real telltale sign for a team that's not used to winning. Are you going to be able to come out and put a team away? Mm-hmm. And I think really in that third quarter, you did. You came out and just, they weren't moving the ball. You guys were getting some things going. Even if they weren't all touchdown drives, you were able to flip the field and keep them kind of pinned back. And I think that's a really good sign for a maturing team.
Yeah, I mean that was our conversation at halftime. It's like, okay, we've weathered the storm. We've handled some adversity here today. Now what? You know, because last year there would be a team that held it together for the first half and kind of fell apart, just like we saw in week 1 with Van Wert. You know, that's what we talked about all week. Like, that's not the standard. That's not what we expect out of ourselves around here. So that's what we really want to focus on. So a lot of the things that we've really been focusing on and really preaching to the kids all came to fruition Friday, which is always good for a coaching staff because it kind of justifies what we've been talking about.
And I think to prove the doubters wrong, you know, the old saying is if you have two quarterbacks, you really have none. We proved this week we've really got two.
Yeah, I mean, both those guys, you know, they bring different things to the game, and we talked extensively with them. We talked to them in position groups when we first started rotating them that this is a collective effort. We got to support each other throughout this whole process. And, you know, we told them if you're not in, then you never know when your time's going to come. And, you know, Jake was rolling in at the end of that second quarter, and then in the third quarter he was rolling real well. And then, you know, just that fast he gets a cramp. And, you know, Rhett's on the sideline. He's got to be ready to go that next play. So he comes in and had a huge third down play where he stepped up in the pocket. Our initial read wasn't there. You know, we were looking to hit the back out because they were blitzing so much up the middle, and they covered Cade coming out of the backfield. He stepped up, shifted off to the side, which we've really been working on, and then cut a good pass loose down the sideline of Weber.
It was a really great play. And, you know, Jake on both sides of the ball, that pick six, the minute he broke on the ball, I'm like, he's got that. And he read the play before their quarterback read the play, I think.
Yeah, I think that's, I mean, coming from an offensive perspective, if you're reading on that play a flat with a flag corner route back behind it, you're reading that linebacker to see if the linebacker jumps at you. You have no idea where that safety's at because shouldn't be in the play there. And if you see it on film, he broke from depth, so he's 10 to 12 yards deep. Quarterbacks and the flat defender or the flat route had no idea where he was at.
And just caught it in stride and kept it going. I mean, it was a really good play, something you don't expect from a freshman.
Right, yeah, exactly. I mean, he's not exactly your normal freshman, and that whole class, I mean, they're just so competitive that you see them, and they're loose out there. Like, they expect to win all the time. They work really hard in practice. You know, Ethan Longoria is another one who was thrown in the mix with Cole Carlin getting banged up in the game. So Ethan was forced to play inside backer in a varsity-tight game on a Friday night, and he jumped right in and excelled.
Chris and I were laughing. He ran onto the field late for one of the plays. Don't even think he got to the huddle. Just kept going right around the edge and made the tackle. And I'm like, that's not a bad way to come off the bench. Just not even stop. Yeah. Just keep coming and make the tackle.
That's not exactly by design.
But it worked that time. And he stepped up. He did. He had a really nice game as well. Connor Hogan had a really nice game on both sides of the ball. I thought he really stepped up. And I really thought Logan Carter stepped up this game as well.
Yeah, I mean, those are areas that we're looked at. He had a lot of pressure on the quarterback, especially on the defensive side of things. You know, that's something going into this week with Fairview. You're not going to be able to pin your ears back and go after this kid because he'll make you look foolish on defense.
They're kind of loaded. That offense that we saw a couple or 3 years ago with a bunch of freshmen and sophomores, these guys are all now juniors and seniors. A problem we hope to have here in the next couple of years, but they're a good ball team.
Yeah, definitely. Super athletic. Z Dyke's been quarterback forever, it seems like, right? And he's gotten better every year. You look at now, he's looking to his secondary reads and stuff. He's not, you know, telegraphing anything like he maybe had done in the past. And he's relying on his arm. He's got a great arm. He can throw the ball. He can make every route, every throw to every route. So that's definitely a concern. And then his legs. Everything breaks down. He takes off and goes. So we're going to have to, you know, stay in our lanes defensively. We're going to have to corral him. and also have good coverage downfield.
Definitely going to have to be a disciplined side of things on defense, because it is. He's one of those that he can beat you both ways, and you're going to want to keep an eye on that. But you've also got to means your defensive backs, they've got to stay in coverage.
Yeah, absolutely. We're challenging them this week for sure. The number 3 kid for them he's a stud. He can run it in short yardage. He can make all the catches. He finds a way to get open. He's got speed, and they live on the big play. I mean, that's if you go look at their scoring, it's not 15, 16 play drives and finishing off with a 2 to 3 yard run. It's an 80-yard pass, a 60-yard pass. So they're all built on explosive plays, and that's what we need to limit. And
both of their wins have come from behind wins this year as well. So they don't feel out of the game even if they get behind by a couple of scores.
Yeah, I mean, they got to feel really good taking down 2 NWAL teams in the first 2 weeks. With Wauseon and Delta, both 2 really physical teams. Both lines, we got to scout them ahead of time now by having those films, and both of those teams look really physical in the trenches, and Fairview was able to stand right with them and make plays when needed to come out with big wins.
And that's the thing, and it's a rivalry game. And so, we know the records can be kind of thrown out, but it is one of those games where we're going to have a complete game in all 3 phases. And I think that one of the things that we've seen from week 1 to week 2 is an improvement in all 3 phases of the game as well, which always has to sit good with the coach.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have drilled special teams, 20 minutes every single day we're spending on special teams. And I think that's an area going into Friday night that we can excel at. We really haven't broke through. We have in the kicking game, obviously, having Carter's a huge weapon. We've talked about that. And our kickoff coverage team has been much better this year. But I think in the return game is where we can make some stuff happen Friday night.
I don't think
we can steal yards.
Don't think we're going to get lucky every week. You guys had their special teams unit perfectly scouted. 2 bad snaps on 2 punts were really big changes in the game after, Uran hits that boomer for us, and then they almost snap it out of the end zone, and he gets a 15, 20-yard punt in return, and then the snap over his head that landed on the 1.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's where, we've talked about field position, and really flipping the field and really putting an emphasis on that. And we have weapons to do that now with Uran's punting and to be able to, our offense stalled out that first drive, and he's able to put it to the 4-yard line. I mean, that's a huge asset to have with him. And then Carter pinning everybody deep, either touchbacks or landing inside of the 5. And then, once we cross midfield, we're already thinking points because we got to get him, to the 30 or inside the 30, and he's got a shot at making it.
And he showed his field goal this week. It would have been good from about 45 or 50, and he barely missed the 50-yarder the week before. He's got a real leg, and it's nice to be able to have those weapons, not only for the points, but for the punts. And like you said, it flips the field for everybody, and that's a really big asset to have because most schools don't bring that to the table. You may have a good kicker, but not a good punter, or vice versa. Able to bring both of them to the table is a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you said, it's all 3 phases, and that's what we're trying to do here is just try to build a complete program to where we have solid special teams and guys to embrace those roles, And a lot of teams, no one wants to be the punter. Nobody wants to kick extra points. Nobody wants to do that stuff. For us to have guys that truly embrace those positions and the guys blocking up front, to really take ownership of that is something that, I'm really proud of where the kids are at with that.
So we talked a little bit about what Fairview is going to do on offense. What do you see from them on the defensive side of the ball, Coach?
So on defense, they'd been a 30 defense forever. They've switched to now a 4-2-5 defense, which, they each have their own advantages and disadvantages. For us, I mean, that's what our defense runs. So our offensive guys have gone against that this whole offseason. So I think that's something that's maybe not an advantage, but at least a sense of being comfortable with it. We know our blocking assignments and stuff because we've gone against it so much. That's not to say they couldn't come out and drop into a 30 because they've still shown it in their prevent defenses and some third down situations. But definitely looking at aggressive play from their outside strong safety guys and their inside backers. I think that we're going to have to establish the run, as we said earlier. So we're going to have to win those battles in the trenches, and they're just very athletic on the back end. So all those kids that are really good receivers, they're really good DBs as well.
Are we going to see the same amount of A-gap pressure that we saw against Bowling Green? I think they brought them on almost every play, didn't they?
They did. They brought them on about every single play. And again, it took us some time to adjust. We're still learning up front with our guys up front. We're starting a freshman out there again. So just doing, and then with, Cole Carlin gets dinged up, and he has to come out for a series, and then Hogan cramps up and he comes out for 2 series, and Cooper Vollmer, another freshman, is in there starting at guard. With them bringing the heat every time. So to be able to handle that adversity is, it's what we're building everything around.
And for that, when they're bringing that pressure all the time, it really is about communication. It's not just the physical part of the game, it's the mental part of the game, seeing them coming, knowing who shifts where. And I thought that, again, after about the first quarter, we seemed to get in the rhythm of like, all right, we know what's going on here. Communications seemed to step up, and the guys did a little bit of a better job containing that pressure.
Yeah. I mean, we made good adjustments throughout the game. I thought our coaches were coaching hard, and players were very receptive to it. So we made some good adjustments at halftime with that. We've made even some more adjustments going forward. Not that we think that Fairview is going to, bring the house. It's not really what they do as much as what BG did, but we'll be prepared for it if they do.
Well, we come to the end of the non-conference schedule, and then, of course, we start out really well in conference with the 2 big boys back-to-back on the road. So let's go out and get one tonight, Coach, and let's bring one home and go 2-1 into the NWAL.
Sounds good.
All right. Dave Brobson along with Coach Staten on Inside the Bears Den. We'll be right back with the kickoff of this game here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Welcome back here to Fairview, home of the Apaches senior night here at Fairview. Long-winded coacher show. My thanks go out to John for actually getting my title right this week, Chris. The golden voice of the Golden Bears.
He showed me that. He was all excited about that.
Good job. Today's game is brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andres O'Neill and Lowe, Baldy's Furniture, Stark's Plumbing and Heating, and the Thiel Supply Center. Last met Fairview on September 6th of last year. Fairview defeated Bryan 34-6. The series restarted in 2017, and Bryan leads 4-3 in the 7 games. Didn't play in 2020 with the COVID year. Yep. It was all just conference stuff.
Yeah, and this series was gone for a very long time because of some shenanigans, as they say, and so it's good to be back when you have a team that's that's right down the road from you. Why not play them? And we play them in every other sport. It just took a while for football, but now we're back. And, Bryan, again, you said, leads it 4-3. So it's, but Fairview's had the best the last couple of years.
We got them 2 years ago. They got us last year. And, tonight, it's a tall task for the Golden Bears. Let's be really honest. This Fairview team is loaded. When we did this game a couple years ago, and it was like 63-46 or something like that, you and I commented that they had a bunch of freshmen and sophomores that were playing, and that in a couple years they're going to be loaded. Well, this is the year.
This is the year.
And, we're saying that this year for Bryan, with all the freshmen and sophomore we have playing, in a couple of years we're going to be loaded. But this could be a big ask. This Fairview offense is quick. They move the ball up and down the field, and they've got a quarterback in William Zedike who can do it all. He can run. He's got a laser for an arm, and he's pretty wise in what's going on. So let's take a look at this Fairview team here with the GMC and what they've done so far this year.
Doug Rakes is in his 12th season. He's 65-55. He actually is in his second stint. He took a few years off there. As you mentioned, they're loaded with a talented group of seniors, allowing 30 points a game, scoring 35 points a game. They had 2 wins, but I think both those wins were come from behind.
They came from behind in both of them.
Yeah. So
and they're looking now to go 3-0 in the NWAL because all their first 2 opponents were NWAL opponents.
Exactly. And let's take a look at their schedule to date here for the season. Obviously, wins over Wauseon and Delta. Delta's going to be pretty stout in the NWAL. Wauseon is rebuilding. Talking to one of the Apache coaches today, he was telling me that Wauseon looks to be improved over last year, and so he thought that was a good win for them. And when you look at the GMC, obviously there's no games yet that have been played conference-wise, but when you look at the results for the GMC, they're 2-0, and there's a couple teams at the top for 2-0, and then everybody else is kind of in the middle there. A couple 0-2s, Antwerp and Ayersville aren't super great.
Having a rough start to things. But that's why games like this and those NWAL games mean a lot to this Fairview team because it's all about playoff points. And, the last thing you want to do is have a season where you go 8-2 and get a really bad seed because you didn't get any help from anybody in your conference. So that's what's going on with this Fairview team in their schedules. Let's take a look at our Golden Bears and how we've started the season this year. 1-1 on the season. Coach Staten in his second season, 2-10. Last week was a complete game. We could pick it apart in film and talk about all the stuff that they picked out, but we won on all 3 phases of the game. We won the offensive side of things, we won the defensive side of things, and we completely dominated in special teams, scoring 19.5 points a game and allowing 28 on the season. So Bryan's going to want to do this night, what they did last week and kind of take the air out of the ball a little bit, slow things down, and keep this high-speed, high-powered Fairview offense on the sideline as much as they can. Let's take a look at our schedule and the gauntlet coming up.
Yeah, we're in the middle of the 4-game road trip, swing at Bowling Green, now at Fairview, then 2 weeks at Patrick Henry and Liberty Center before we come home against Evergreen.
And an Evergreen team that's given up a total of 7 points in 2 games. They won 42-0 and 41-7.
It's not the Evergreen team of the past. So Evergreen, then Swanton at home, head back on the road to Wauseon and finish things off with Archbold and Delta. Looking at the NWAL's conference schedule, if we can here for a second, obviously Liberty Center, Patrick Henry at the top of those, and I don't know, the deal with the rest of the teams, but Patrick Henry, Liberty Center, pretty clutch at the top of the conference, and that's who you're expecting. Delta's also pretty good at the top of the conference, and so it makes it challenging.
And again, Evergreen's much improved. Wauseon 0-2, and they've struggled.
They have, but like I said, in talking to some of the Fairview coaches, they said Wauseon is better than last year. So, and you play them on grass, later on in the season. So
and we were just up here talking that we've had 3 perfect weather nights for football so far this year. We're ready for the Lightning Bowl or the Mud Bowl or something that's going to have to happen. So let's take a look at tonight's weather.
Pregame weather conditions.
67 degrees and fair right now with a 10-mile-an-hour wind coming out of the east. Yeah. So there we go. A nice night for football. I know that Coach is kind of hoping for it being 20-25 and a little bit of rain to kind of slow down the passing attack. But it's going to be another beautiful night for football here tonight from the reservation at Fairview High School. We'll be right back after this word from our sponsors on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Rooting on the Golden Bears is a tradition that brings us all together.
Just like the sports we love, another tradition has stood the test of time. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, since 1922, we've been part of the community, supporting you in the moments of celebration and loss.
Just like a team, we understand the value of traditions and the love that binds us together.
So whether it's cheering for a win or celebrating a life well lived, remember we are here for you.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused. Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Welcome back here, the Fairview Band on the field as we start to get ourselves into the countdown for kickoff. One lucky winner has a chance to win $100 courtesy of Bryan Ford Lincoln. Make sure to stop out to Bryan Ford Lincoln and register. You could be our next contestant. Bryan won the toss, elected to defer, so the kickoff for cash is going to be to start the second half, the opening kickoff of the second half. Let's look at our keys to the game. From the Carlin Company Realty and Auctioneers, your hometown real estate company for over 45 years, consistently remained number one in Williams County and the surrounding area since 2007. Call us for all of your real estate needs. For the Apaches.
Yeah, when you look at the keys of the game for the Apaches, it's basically as Zedike goes, Fairview goes. We talked about these guys. They've been in starters for multiple years. They finally come to the senior season. We saw him walk out. He's the kid of a coach. Russ has been a longtime coach of the Fairview girls basketball team. And, you know, as he goes, if he has a good game, they're going to do well. They can't fall behind early. That's big. Their offense is predicated on scoring. And the first two games, they did not score a bunch at the beginning, and they had to come back. And then they want to complete the NWL sweep. If they were in the league, they'd be 2-0 on the season. And here they are, a chance to go 3-0 in the league with a win over Bryan. So those are the keys of the game for the Apaches. Let's take a look for the Golden Bears. You want to contain number two. If you control Zedike, you can really stop the flow of this offense, which means that we're going to have rush responsibility because he can escape the pocket and he can run, and we're going to have to make sure that we contain our coverage downfield. Also, we're going to want to win the field position battle. We've talked in both of all three of the coaches' shows. Yep. We saw it last week. We've got a dominating kicking game, and we need to be able to take advantage of that. We need to pin them deep and make them go the distance. And one of the things that the Golden Bears need to do is we really need to get the run game going. I was taking a look at our stats from this year. Our running backs have 77 total yards on 31 carries, 2.5 yards a carry. We got to get a little bit more out of the running backs. Yep, for sure.
And, you know, we've talked about it, that's a little tough because we need to get to the edge, and we don't have that true speedster to get to the edge, but we also don't have a Damian Wolf or Sam Harold that can just pull people for 4 and 5 yards. So it's going to put a lot of extra pressure on that offensive line. Tonight they won't be outsized, so that could be to our advantage, but they need to get that running game going. Our game officials tonight. Tri-State Vision Center has been serving the area since 1977. Contact us at either our Bryan or Montpelier offices for all your eye care needs. Tell you what, Chris, you got to start getting me these game officials a little bit earlier because they always have a name that I'm going to stumble over. Anthony Castronova is our head ref. Mike Runniels is our umpire. Carl Muniz is our line judge. Logan Rickel is the linesman. And Brian Kossel is the back judge. Those are your officials here tonight. This has been the Bryan Athletic Booster pregame show. We'll be right back with starting lineups, the national anthem, and tonight's kickoff on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Discover great job skills training at Northwest State. With over 50 different programs available, there is something for everyone. Providing hands-on training and education is the community college advantage.
I am blind, but I need not see. I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free.
Tonight's national anthem and national anthems all year long, brought to you by Veteran Services of Williams County. Our starting lineups tonight as we get ready to get this one underway. We'll look at the offense first for this Fairview Apache team. Adam Spangler at left tackle, Caden Garza at left guard, Anthony Renolette is your man in the middle, Blake Villaral is your right guard, and Landrick Vandermeed is the right tackle. 200 to 270 across the front line. Behind center, William Zedike, the 5'10 senior. Running back is Drayden Grinnell. Dennis, we have seen that combination for the last 3 years, a really good combination. They're wideouts. They spread it wide. Gavin Mead, Logan Ollinger, Gavin Garza, and Brody Williams. And I got to tell you, I'm getting really ready to not be saying these guys' names over and over again, because like we said, they have been doing this for quite a while. A couple of years ago, most of these kids started then as sophomores and as freshmen. Let's take a look at the Golden Bear defense tonight. No changes from last week's defensive starting lineup. Across the front end, going to be Jacob Duran at defensive end, Logan Carter on the other end. In the middle will be Eli Thim and Jamison Longoria. Connor Hogan and Cole Carlin at linebacker. Maybe a change at linebacker. We'll have to take a look and see. The coach had said there's a possibility that Ethan Longoria will get the start tonight so that Cole Carlin only has to go one way. Hunter Watson will be playing that hybrid position, part-time linebacker, part-time defensive back. Defensive backfield will be Anthony Weber, Aiden Wallace at the corners, Cade Carlin, and Vincent Taylor will be your safeties here tonight. We're going to be running in and out the 4-2-5. We're going to be running into a dime package sometimes when this team spreads it out. That's what this Fairview offense does to you. It makes you go into defenses that you're not completely comfortable with, that you're not running every day in practice. So we'll see what we dial up tonight for this Apache team. Tonight's kickoff is sponsored by Bryan Ford Lincoln. Bryan Ford Lincoln, located at 920 North Main Street, where good value has been a great deal. And taking a look, ready for the Apaches to come out onto the field. Bryan will be coming out here pretty soon. While we're waiting for the teams to hit the field, why don't we take another commercial break, and we'll be right back on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we understand that family is at the heart of everything we do.
Being family-owned and family-focused is not just a slogan for us, it's a way of life. We walk alongside you during life's most challenging moments, providing a guiding hand and a shoulder to lean on.
With heartfelt care and attention to detail, we tailor each service to honor the life and the memories of your loved one. We treat you like family because your journey is our journey.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family-owned, family-focused.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
I am blind, but I need not see. I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free.
One in 10 kids vape. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Coming back here, both teams on the field, students off the field, both bands doing their thing to get everybody ready. And one of the things we're going to see a little bit of a specialness tonight, as I was wandering around before the game, both bands were warming up together. Got a little bit of a combined number going tonight. So that will be coming to us at halftime. Let's take a look as we're getting ready for kickoff here at other games from around the NWAL and around the conference that we'll be looking at. Liberty Center host Otsego tonight, Archbold and Tenora. The return of the field goal game, Columbus Grove, PH, Evergreen and Lake, Edgerton and Pillier. Ayersville host Mohawk, Bryan, Fairview, Ottawa Hills, Swanton, Bath, Van Wert, Wauseon, and Eastwood will round out our schedule here on this final non-conference Friday in the NWAL. A couple folks are already in conference games. I know that Defiance hosts Wapak tonight in the GMC with the 10-team conference. They get one off night a season, and Defiance plays Napoleon. We get 3, but comes to an end here tonight.
Yeah, and then we get back into the NWAL, and it's the gauntlet, especially the first 2 games.
Well, let's be honest, partner. It's the first 3 games with that Evergreen team playing the way they're playing right now. I've asked for the last couple of years. I'm not sure who at Bryan upset somebody in the scheduling office, but we need to make that right here coming up, not to have those gauntlet games back-to-back. And, it's bad when it's the back-to-back at home. It's even worse this year when we had to travel twice. But we get good French fries at PH next week.
We do, absolutely.
Best French fries in Northwest Ohio at Patrick Henry High School for football games.
Although I'm excited to see what the boosters have come up with, because I hear there's French fries coming to us as well.
Oh, that'll be good. Can we get a deal to go with the burgers and we can get fries too, partner? Cardeloose out to kick things off. We were kind of joking in warm-ups. All of Bryan's out. If you're on the stream, you can see they look really sharp again tonight. They're white over purple tonight. And everybody was white over purple except for Carter. He was white over white. So somebody had to run and get his purple pants. So he didn't get a 5-yard penalty every time he stepped on the field. As normal, teeing it up in the middle of the field. Checks, lines up, and here's the boot. Low line drive boot. It's on the ground, and it's a loose ball. I'm not sure if he mishit that off the grass or if that was an intentional play, but not a bad one. You put a live ball out there, but Fairview recovers. They get the ball to start at their own 38-yard line. Taking a look and seeing if it is going to be, no, it's Longoria going to be starting at the 1 linebacker position. So Ethan Longoria starting at the 1 linebacker instead of Carlin. Quad receivers to the short side of the field. Little bubble screen, passes complete. And we got a penalty coming in early on that one, pass complete to Meade.
Usually when it comes in early like that, it's on the offense with some sort of motion.
Or for where it came from, I'm not sure if it's going to be a hold or a block in the back. They'll get a hold on the offense. So it looked like it occurred of 2 yards downfield, so they're going to mark it off. We'll repeat first down. Should be at the... Trying to get things set here. Officials talking about it. Ball back at the 32. First and 16. Now there's a little bit more of a conversation. I thought it should be back 2 more yards. Looks like they're good with the spot. Ball's marked ready for play. Trips to the field side. Slot to the boundary. Zedek alone behind center. Steps up in the pocket.
He has
all
time.
Day. Gets loose, finds a receiver over the middle. Pass is going to be complete enough for a first down into Bryan territory. Pass complete to Logan Ollinger. That's the problem we talked about, partner, is that if you put pressure on him, he's going to find an open guy. If you let him set back there, someone's going to get open.
He was back there a long time. That's definitely, somebody will get open, as you said.
And here they come in their hurry up. One back in the backfield. Again, Zedek back to pass, rolls out, passes out into the flat, passes complete. Looks like to Brody Williams.
A pickup of about 5 there, 4 or 5, and
that was Palladino on the catch.
Nice job there by the Bears to cover, get him contained pretty quickly.
Going to hand it up the middle this time. Going to be close to another first down. That was going to be once again Grinnell Dennis on the carry. Going to mark it just short, 3rd and 1. Grinnell Dennis moves the ball out to the Bryan 31-yard line. Will be 3rd down. Trips to the field side, 1 to the boundary, low snap. Going to be quarterback right up the middle. Zedek's going to get it enough for the first down inside the 32, about the 28.
And this is what Fairview wants to do. They want to chew up some clock. They want to move up and down the field, whether it's with the legs or the throwing of Zedek. Again, it's our keys to the game. Everything runs through number 2.
And if you look at, they're not even setting in place from the sideline. He's been in this offense enough. He knows what he wants to call, and they're kind of letting him do it. Again, up the middle, Grinnell Dennis, big back, powers forward to about the 22-yard line. 6'3", 195. That's a big load back there when he gets up to speed.
For sure.
Now they're calling one in from the sideline. Everybody looks over. 2nd down, 2 to go. Ball at the 22. This drive just a little less than 2 minutes so far. Bryan's going to bring the blitz to try to get to him. He escapes out of the pocket, looks down the sideline. Ball's going to be incomplete.
Look like in pursuit there, Jacob Uran might have had a little bit jersey grab.
That's the 2nd or 3rd time it looks like somebody's got a hook on his jersey. My guess is it'll take about 2 seconds for the coaches to call that down to the sideline and get attention to one of the officials. He seems to be winning that battle coming off the end. Now he's going to drop back into coverage. Well read by Jacob. Enough for the first down, but he dropped back into his zone coverage, but it was enough for a Fairview first down. Ball at the 17, first down for Fairview. They empty the backfield again. Trips to the field, slot to the boundary. Looking at the boundary, pump fake. Ball's hit. I think that's a fumble. They're calling it incomplete. They're saying his arm was going forward. First time we really got pressure on him tonight. And if this was tomorrow, this game would be paused and there'd be somebody out on the field looking at a television monitor. Because I'm not sure he was going for it on that one, but keep the backfield empty. Again, trips to the wide side. Back to pass. Looks, those that bubble screen. It's going to be dropped. Pass was intended for Gavin Palladino.
Interesting, after moving up and down, up the field really quickly, the last 2 have gone not the way they wanted them
Well, and one of the things we know about this Fairview team, they don't have a kicking game. So for us, this is field goal territory. For them, this is 4-down territory. Zedek back to pass, doing a stun up front. Once again, Uran's got him, but I'm not quite sure he got both feet down, but okay, touchdown in Fairview. Quick drive, only 2.5 minutes off the clock. And they are going to try for 1. Zedek to hold. Landrick Vandermeid, a 6'5 senior, on to kick. Amazing, 2 of the biggest kids on the field are the kickers.
Yeah.
The snap, the hold, the kick. And it's good. So with 9:24 to go here in the first quarter, your score Fairview 7, Bryan 0 on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Welcome back. Well, that was quick, partner. 2.5 minutes is all it took Fairview to go down the field. Thought we had them bottled up there on that 3rd and 10, but, you know, one of the things we've talked about for the last 2 years is letting guys get behind us from that safety position.
Yep.
And we know that, you know, and we've talked about it with Coach, that it's not only the safety's problem. Sometimes a linebacker's out of coverage and they have to crash down for someone and someone sneaks behind them. But it's the struggle is he was wide open in the back of the end zone. And once you see the kick, we've got our deep men standing at the 15. Going to be a line drive kick. Sammy's going to take it at the 15. He's out over the 30, 35, pushing forward out near the 40-yard line. Well, Bryan will take over first down and 10 to go. Nice return by Sam Gonzalez that time. Good to see after he got picked on by the 6'5 guy last weekend. Let's take a look at your Golden Bear offense. One change of note here tonight. Up front will be Harrison Six, Jamison Longoria, Cole Carlin, Connor Hogan, and Logan Carter. The big change is Jake Arnold is getting the start tonight at quarterback. We'll get your backs and receivers here in just a second. Back to pass. Has time. Looks, throws. Incomplete attempt. Pass was intended for Anthony Weber. Tight end will be Jacob Duran. Your receivers are Eden Wallace, Hunter Watson, and Anthony Weber. And your running back is Cade Carlin. Actually, it's Easton Kerr out there getting the start at wide receiver instead of Hunter Watson. 2nd down, 10 to go, Golden Bears. Kerr is going to come wide this way. Wallace in the slot. Weber to the boundary side. Going to bring Wallace in motion. Fake the handoff. Going to be a direct quarterback run. Jake's going to spin forward out over the 40 to about the 41. Gain of 3 on the play.
Jake under the Bryan ball carrier, brought down to number 22, Jordy Williams. Number 63, Isaiah Lee.
One of the other things Coach talked about with this Fairview team is they had been in mostly a 40 defense, a 4-2-5. Now they're in a 30 package. So 3 down linemen, just a little bit more room to cover on the outside. Again, slot to the far side, to the near side. Jake's going to roll this way. Gets the pass out to Uran. He's not able to escape the tackle. Brought down after a short gain. Going to put him at the 45. We'll bring up 3rd down and about 3.
Good job by Arnold to find Uran.
And a really good job by Cade Carlin picking up the blitz, too.
Yep.
They were coming hard off that edge. Jacob Uran on the punt. Solo safety back. Here's the snap. The kick. Knuckleball. Going to take a bounce and take a Bryan bounce down to near the 20-yard line. Going to be down on the 20-yard line. Way to flip the field. Now we just got to get off the field this time on defense, not let them run it up. If this is just announced that this is the 50th year for this stadium. And one of the things we talk about every time we come here is this place in PH, the grass is just perfect. It doesn't matter what the weather conditions are. Zedike takes a snap, back to pass, has time out in the flat, has a receiver. Ball's going to be caught, scooping down the sideline. We got a penalty flag coming in. It's going to be, I believe, a block in the back, a blind side. Yep, block in the back against Fairview.
Fairview has started drives off going backwards on the first couple plays.
Going to take advantage of it. They're marking this off. They're calling a true clip on that one, not just a block in the back. They marked off 15 that time. Ball at the 11-yard line. We'll repeat first down. 1st and 19 for the Apaches. Empty backfield. Going to be saying that a lot tonight with this Fairview team. Zedike back to pass, has time, looks downfield, runs out of time, escapes, and he's out of the pocket. Everyone giving chase now, finds a receiver. We gave up on the coverage in the defensive backfield. One of the things we said we had to be able to do was keep discipline, and it's so tough to do that when he comes around that edge because you know he can beat you for 20 yards too.
Yeah, he's elusive, and so the big issue is if he starts to take off and you abandon your coverage, he's going to find the guy running in the back, and that's exactly what happened.
Again, out in a hurry, quick pass out into the flat, complete, gets around the edge. That's going to be complete to number 3, Logan Olinger. Ball at the 40, and Fairview hurrying up. Bryant's changed their defense, gone to the 3 down linemen. Going to be a handoff up the middle, room to run that time
and
for
a late
Kellen
flag.
Beals.
Late flag came in the Bryan side, right there at the about the 28.
The 32?
28.
Oh, 28. I'm sorry. I'm counting the wrong way, partner.
It's okay.
Long discussion about this one.
It was the back judge that threw it.
Be a face mask, a 5-yard face mask against the Golden Bears. Going to move it to the 28. What'll be first down again for Fairview. One back, trips to the far side. Going to look that way, look back the other way. Has his receiver on a fly pattern. Good defense that time, well broken up. Nice play by Aiden Wallace, who was running with Meade step by step.
He threw that into double coverage because Jake Arnold was down there too.
Second down, 10 to go. 6:39 to go in the first quarter. Fairview leading this one 7-0 on your Main Stop to Northwest Ohio scoreboard. Open when you need them. Thursday at Main Stop, and Zedike just got wiped out that time.
He actually ran into the back of his lineman, number 50, Anthony Renolette, and it was a good matchup between Renolette and the nose tackle. He liked him, he just had nowhere to go. He ran and bounced off of him.
Third down, 12 to go. They empty the backfield again. Zedike back to pass, and they finally call the hold. Hold called on Jacob Uran at that time.
That could have been the 4th or 5th one of those.
See if we want to go 4th and 10, or do we want to back them up and go 3rd and 22?
It's pick your poison, right? I mean, they don't have a kicker. They're going to go for it at 4th and 10.
Or it's actually 4th and 12. They got back to the original line of scrimmage. They'll decline it.
So they declined it.
4th down, 12 to go at the 30.
The one thing to watch there's been quite a few low snaps. We'll see if that'll come back to bite them.
Snap comes in, pressure comes, and he's in trouble. Gets away from one, gets away from another, coming back the other way. Looks, throws it all the way across field, downfield, incomplete. Nice play that time to make up ground by Anthony Weber.
I'm telling you what, Anthony Weber made a great job of getting all the way over to the receiver. He telegraphed that throw, and he basically just heaved it to the end zone, and Weber did a great job of getting it back.
You know, and coaches all across the state would be going, you're rolling one way, throwing it across your body the other way. Don't make that throw. And it was on target without a great defensive play by Weber. It's 13-0.
Zedek is now 7 for 11 with 107 yards and a touchdown.
It's not a bad first quarter.
No, absolutely not. 2 drives.
Jake Arnold stays at quarterback for Bryan. We'll probably see both of them again tonight, Rhett McGill and Jake Arnold. Both bring a little bit something different to the game. Arnold takes the snap, going to hand it up the middle. A little bit of space, but it closed down really quick. A nice ankle tackle that time made by Grinnell Dennis. Cade Carlin on the carry. Gives him about 2, which has been the bugaboo for this Bryan offense all season. That's just about our average. 2.5 yards a carry is about what we average. And, you know, it's 3 yards in a cloud of dust. 2.5 yards doesn't work for you. Slot to the right, single back to the left. Duran coming in a little bubble motion. Going to be a quarterback keeper up the middle. Jake's going to spin forward and get another 2 out to the 34.
Jake Arnold, the ball carrier once again.
Grinnell Dennis with another tackle for the Apaches.
How many yards do our quarterbacks run going from the huddle to the coach's sidelines and back?
Well, on the near hash, you know, it's
not too bad there.
Not too bad, but if you're having to go all the way across the field, it's a journey. Jacob up on the tight end's position now. Back to pass, blitz coming, picked up nicely, pass across the middle to Uran. It's complete inside Fairview territory, down to about the 34, 35-yard line where he's knocked out of bounds. He runs that drag route so well, and Arnold knows where he is every time. Take a look at this Welling construction replay. You can watch this little bubble motion. Stays in. Oh, that's the run play from before. Our bad, folks. First down, 10 to go in Fairview territory. Ball at the 34. Slot right. Again, little slide motion by Uran. Going to be a handoff. Carlin coming this way, spun around. Big gain for us on the running game that time, almost 4 yards. Puts it at the 30. Just outside the 30. 2nd and 6. Clock running at 3:50 to go here in the first quarter on your main stops the Northwest Ohio scoreboard. Replays tonight and all season long brought to you by Welling Construction, a third-generation family-owned general contractor. We specialize and pride ourselves in building quality custom homes, major renovation projects, and commercial work. Your vision, our expertise. Contact us at 419-636-3712. Fake the handoff, little play action, looking. Penalty's going to come in. We're going to get a hold on the play, I believe. Nice run by Jake Arnold to escape. And the hold's going to be one of those ones that drives coaches nuts. We didn't let him get up. It was a good block, and we didn't let him get up. And you've got to let the guy get up after you put him to the ground.
Nice little piece of running by Jake there.
He's not afraid to pull it down and go.
Not.
Not quite as downright flat-out speed as Jace Kepler had, but he's not afraid to pull it down and go. Second 17 officially. Ball at the 41-yard line. Trips to the left this time. A little bubble screen going to be caught. Brought down immediately.
That was
Pass
a good
was
move
complete
right
out
there.
Into the flat to Weber.
I think that was Jonathan Hoffman maybe that came in and got that. Okay, it was Heron.
You know, it's tough to bubble screen against a team that their favorite play is a bubble screen. He read that right from the get-go.
When you're going against your team every week, every day in practice, you learn those things.
Brings up third down and a zip code. We're not quite to area code territory yet. Slots each way, single back in the backfield. Arnold back to pass. Pressure comes off the end. He steps up, escapes the first, but can't escape the second. Going to be drugged in after a gain of about 5 or 6 on the play. Going to bring up 4th down and about 12. we keep the offense out, or do we give a chance for the field goal / punt?
It's a
That's going to be a
47-yard
long
field goal. Actually, be longer than
be
that.
A 52-yard field goal.
52-yard field goal. I mean, again, all it has to do is cross the goal line. They're having a conversation. I don't know what the conversation's about.
Not sure about the down. There's a question about the down. They had to check with the line judge. And they're running folks out. Looks like they're going to punt.
Ooh, high snap.
High. Not a good punt. Probably the worst punt Jacobs had in 2 years.
It didn't cross the line.
It gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yards.
The 3-yard punt for a young man that had come into this one averaging on the season almost 40 yards a punt. That one just looked bad from the beginning. A little bit of confusion on the down. The snap was high. And here comes this Fairview offense with 1:24 to go here in the quarter. And Bryan's going to have to take a timeout as they didn't have enough guys on the field. Timeout on the field, we'll take one with them. You're on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Welcome back. You see the shadows getting long. Sun's going down behind us here at the reservation. Fairview's got the ball 1st and 10 at their own 35. Take a look at scores as they're coming in. Montpelier 14, Edgerton nothing. Evergreen and Lake no score in that one. Liberty Center 7, Otsego nothing. Bath and Van Wert 7-7. Ayersville 8, Mohawk 6. Gibsonburg and Delta tied at 6. Wauseon 7, Eastwood nothing. Ottawa Hills, Swanton no score. Eden and Hicksville no score. Wapak 7, Defiance nothing. Come out on an empty backfield again. Trips to the far side. Zedike stands in the pocket, throws out into the flat, complete to Grinnell Dennis. Brought down quickly that time. Is that Weber on the tackle? Yeah, Weber comes in and makes the tackle. Gain of about 9. Second and 1. Going to take off up the middle into Bryan territory. Wrapped up, brought down, but not before a first down. Zedike with the carry.
Ran into his own guy, Caden Garza, making the assist on the tackle.
We'll take it. Connor Hogan gets the full credit, though. First down 10, 47-yard line. Motion coming. Going to throw it out into the flat. Complete with a little swing pass. Enough for another first down. Pass was complete that time. Number 3, Logan Ollinger.
They like that swing pass.
They do, and he really likes Ollinger. I mean, I think he must have 10, 12 receptions a game. It's their version of a running play. It's a handoff.
Yep.
Handoff up the middle. Grinnell Dennis going to be enough for almost another first down.
Ollinger's got 3 receptions for 46 yards tonight. So
in the first quarter.
Yep.
See if they get off a play. Under 6 to go here in the 6 seconds to go in the quarter. And they're not going to get it off. Brings us to the end of 1 here at the reservation. Your score, Fairview 7, Bryan nothing. You're on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Discover great job skills training at Northwest State. With over 50 different programs available, there is something for everyone. Providing hands-on training and education is the community college advantage.
I am blind, but I need not see. I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free.
Welcome back here to Fairview. Fairview's got the ball. It'll be 2nd down and 2 as we begin the second quarter, leading this one 7-0. First quarter, big opening drive for Fairview. Second drive stalled. Bryan didn't go anywhere in their first drive, moving the ball well on the second drive. A holding penalty stopped that one, and then just all sorts of chaos on a punt. Late coming onto the field, a high snap, and a shank by Jacob, something you don't see from Jacob Uran all that often. But it gave Fairview the ball 1st and 10 from the 35. They've moved it downfield in about 4 plays to bring up this 2nd down and 2 inside the 25-yard line. Ball on the near hash, right at the 24. Grinnell Dennis in the backfield. Tight to the left this time, slot to the right. Going to run motion and a little pitch pass. Going to be inside the 20 to near the 15. Pass was complete that time to Jonathan Huffman. Another first down and barely getting the chain set before they run the next play. Trips to the right, one to the left. Pass out into the flat. Going to be a one hopper that time. Nice pickup that time by Jonathan Huffman, but that was a short hopper to the shortstop.
Yeah, it was going to Jonathan Huffman. He just one hopped it.
A rare incompletion so far.
Yeah.
Gabby.
Trips to the right, slot to the left, empty backfield for Zedike. Stands in the pocket, pumps, throws out into the flat. Going to be caught again. That's going to be, again, Logan Ollinger. Enough for a first down.
Did I get louder?
Gavin Mead tried to throw a block there, but didn't get it. Ollinger kind of ran into him.
First down, goal to go.
I didn't know if that was doing anything.
Ball at the 8.
Changing that.
You know, it's one of these things, these kids have played together for so long at the varsity level. It's Zedike knows where his receivers are, I think, before his receivers know where they're going. Going to hand it up the middle that time. Grinnell Dennis stacked up by the Golden Bears. Gets about 2 on the play. Second down goal. Ball at the 4. Slots both ways. Grinnell Dennis in the backfield with Zedike. Going to hand it up the middle again. Uran wraps him up. Gets drugged forward for a couple.
He's close.
Going to mark him down at the 2.
About the 1.5.
Third down goal to go from the 1. Now we got a timeout on the field. Timeout going to be taken by Fairview. We'll take that timeout with them. You're on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we understand that family is at the heart of everything we do.
Being family-owned and family-focused is not just a slogan for us, it's a way of life. We walk alongside you during life's most challenging moments, providing a guiding hand and a shoulder to lean on.
With heartfelt care and attention to detail, we tailor each service to honor the life and the memories of your loved one. We treat you like family because your journey is our journey.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family-owned, family-focused.
Welcome back here. Timeout on the field taken by Fairview to talk it over on this 3rd and goal from the 1.
Well, you know it's going to be two plays. If they don't get it, it's not like they're going to kick.
I don't think they're going to try their kicker from the hash mark. I mean, if they're in the center of the field, they may go for it because it's an extra point. But I'm not sure they're going to try it from the angle. and they're coming out in a full house. Is this going to be a high school version of the tush push? Going to be handoff up the middle, touchdown. Was that Zedike or was that Olinger? Olinger for the carry.
Direct snap to Olinger. Oh, Wildcat.
You know, everybody comes in and says, you know, and we do it too, Zedike. But I'll tell you what, Logan Olinger is the best weapon William Zedike's got.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They remind me so much of what it was a couple years ago with Sam and Jace. You know, Jace knew where Sam was going to be whenever he got in trouble, and we're seeing that develop between Jake Arnold and Jacob Duran as the tight end. The snap, going to fake it around to the outside, going for two. Going to be intercepted, taken. Oh, it's high school. Can't take it back for two. 13-0. I thought that Jake was going to get another pick two that time. 13-0 here. 10:07 to go in the second quarter. You're on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Welcome back. 10:07 to go here in the first half. Fairview 13, Bryan nothing. Coming up for the Golden Bears, you got Sam Gonzalez and Anthony Weber are back on the 15. Had that scouted really well. We had them both on the 15 the last time, and it was a line drive right to Sam. Now, if you notice, they did it the first time. They did it the second time. So here we go. You've got the two kickers lining up. So you've got the possibility, and they both run up. You've got the possibility of the little short kick, try the onsides. And in a non-conference game, would be a nice time to pull it out just to give it a knock the rust off of it. They both run up. And that's just going to be a little short squibber. Scooped, picked up by Sam. He's going to get upfield outside the 35 to about the 37. Ball's on the ground, but they're going to call him down.
Interestingly
came in
enough,
immediately pointing to the ground.
That wasn't Sam that picked that ball up originally. It got looped up. It bounced up off of a Bryan player. I don't know if that was Cade Carlin or who that was, but it bounced up, and Sam just picked it up and went with it.
And that's good because it was a live ball.
Yes, it was.
Here comes the quarterback swap. Rhett McGill coming in at quarterback. Here's the Welling construction replay. Can't really see who that was.
See how it bounced
I think that
off
may
of
have
him?
been Cade. McGill in behind center now. Slot to the left, single back to the right. There'll be a handoff up the middle, pick and room, penalty flags coming in from everywhere. I think 1, 2, 3 refs saw that one.
Bears are moving backwards.
Lots of discussion. We may have seen a couple of penalties. Chop block against Fairview.
Interesting.
Cut him low. That was Santa was basically a sub. You don't see it often on the defense.
No, you really
but
don't.
Evidently, the defense just kind of dove in low and took out the knees of our linemen. My guess is that was something our coaching staff pointed out and was talked about during the period change. Going to be Cade again. Escapes, breaks a couple of tackles, gets out. Nice run that time. Hard, powerful run. Out over the 45 to the 44 into Fairview territory.
Nice job there by Carlin. Just keep the legs churning, not going down when the first hit.
Second down, 2 to go. Longest offensive run of the season for us, 8 yards.
Not used to that as a Bryan Golden Bears fan.
Slot to the left. Duran goes in motion to the right. Carlin's going to go around the right following his blocks. He gets wrapped up and brought down for a loss.
Boy, Fairview
Just
read
swallowed
that one.
up.
Fairview read that one very well.
Takes it back to the 45 where it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
We've been calling Grinnell Dennis's name a lot.
A lot, on both
offensively
sides of
and
the ball.
defensively. Yep.
Again, slot to the left. Be pull, pass, caught, Uran, first down, inside the 35 to about the 33. It has been really fun to watch Jacob Uran turn into be a really, really good tight end.
Yep.
First down, Golden Bears. Easton Kerr split wide to the right, Weber to the left. Slot to the right. McGill's going to roll to the right, throws it across the middle. Jacob was looking to deliver the hit that time before he caught the ball, I think.
Yep, for sure.
Second down, 10 to go. 7:57 to go here in the first half. Quick move and half.
Well, you can tell that Jacob Uran is the favorite target of the quarterbacks. He's got 3 receptions for 47 yards, and he's been targeted 4 times.
McGill going to roll this way. The throwback screen incomplete. Didn't get it out of his hand that time.
Didn't really cock it back and throw it with a good motion there.
And again, really well scouted. The minute he started to roll left and they saw Carlin, the entire coaching staff for Fairview started yelling screen. So well scouted by Fairview. It's what happens when you get a familiarity with a program. 3rd down, 10 to go for the Golden Bears. Ball at the 33. Wynn would be behind. Coming from the back. This could be a long field goal attempt. Arnold back in at quarterback. Change in the play. Back, throw it out in the flat, caught. Wrapped up for a loss. Well read again. That little bubble is so well read by Fairview.
Yeah, when you run it all the time, you're used to it. But again, there was 2 guys up on Carlin. They were just waiting for him to catch it, and it was unfortunate he did catch it because that could have been pick 6 the other way.
When he broke on the ball, it reminded me so much of Jake breaking on the ball last week, and I'm like, uh-oh, here we go.
And that unfortunately takes you out of field goal range, really. It'd be a 57-yarder. Now you just need a good snap on the punt.
This one comes back to him. Gets it off. Another knuckleball. Hangs high. Going to take a Fairview bounce into the end zone by 2 yards where Fairview will take over at their 20-yard line. First down and 10. 7:06 to go here in the first half. The offense has been getting the ball into Fairview territory, but the drives have stalled out.
Yeah, Fairview's tough. We've talked about it for a lot of years now. These kids have been playing together as freshmen and sophomore. Now they're juniors and seniors, and it makes it challenging when they're that gelled to go against them.
And I don't think we're going to see this many good athletes on one side of the ball other than Liberty Center.
Yep.
This team, y'all, when we tell you this Fairview team is for real, they're for real. And this team has a chance to do something pretty special this year in the playoffs. Pumping it, looking for that screen, pulls out of it, escapes the pocket, pass, caught on one knee. Pass complete to Meade for about 6, 7 on the play. 2nd down, 3 to go. And again, if you're a defensive coach, what do? You bring pressure and you leave receivers open, you stay back, and Zedek just rolls around and picks you apart. 2 backs in the backfield this time. They're going to hand it off, bringing it this way. Escapes out of 1 tackle, not going to get out of the 2nd tackle. That's Caden Kennedy on the run.
You talk about this Fairview team. Last year they went 9-3. They go to the playoffs to lose in the 2nd round to Ottawa Hills. And, if you look down, Ottawa Hills lost to Bluffton, who went and beat Patrick Henry, who lost to Coldwater. So, and they have even more chance to do something this year. A rare missed tackle for Connor Hogan right there.
Pass is going to be complete for another first down, though. It's just getting off the field on third down with these guys. They're just so – they just go to the sticks and they hang out there. 4 receivers this way. Here comes the screen this way. Got to make the tackle. We wrap them up, hold them. Hogan and Longoria come to finish it off for a short gain.
Carlin came in to disrupt that originally, but couldn't wrap him up. Unfortunately, Longoria was there.
And it's so much better than last year. Last year, we don't get that hit to stop him, and he's 10, 12 yards downfield. This time, we at least slow him down enough for the linebackers to get there. Going to be handed up the middle. Diving forward would be Kellen Beals. Going to be close to a first down. They're going to mark him a yard short, 3rd and 1. Empty in the backfield again. 4 receivers to the short side of the field, 1 to the far side. Fake the bubble. They're looking for the second pass down the field. Incomplete. Well read that time by Jake Arnold coming over to cut it off, but it went over the head of everybody. Going to bring up 4th down and 1. And Fairview's going to line up to punt.
I don't know. The our coaches right next to us think they're going for it. They bring in that jumbo package.
They're back into that Wildcat play. They're going to bring it all this way, and it's going to be enough for a first down inside Bryan territory, inside the.
Guess who? Logan Olinger.
Logan Olinger. You look at Olinger at 6 foot 170, Zedike at 5'10", 160. Those 2 kids have next level talent. They just don't have next level size.
Exactly.
Empty the backfield again. First down, Fairview. Bryan sending 3. Zedike stands in the pocket. They bring 1 late. That pass is incomplete, intended for Beals.
A late attack by Hunter Watson, number 4, coming in and causing some disruption there, too.
A little delayed blitz. We're not getting to him with direct pressure. The delayed blitz is a really good way to mix things up a little bit. Again, keeping the backfield empty. Bryan with 3 down linemen. They're bringing 4. They twist. Zedike gets hit on the pass. One of
Good
the
pursuit
few times
there.
we've got
I think it was
pressure
Ethan
contained.
I think it was Ethan Longoria again on pursuit.
Didn't start the first game. Didn't start the second game. As we said last week, came running onto the field late, made a tackle, and he's been nonstop ever since. 5'6", 180-pound freshman. 3rd and 10. Pressure coming off the edge from Watson. Gets there late. Pass is going to be complete over the middle. Bounces off a 1 tackle. Going to be down inside the 20 to the 15. Pass is complete.
Boy, just about a second
to
late
Ballatino.
on that. Watson was coming just about a second late on that.
The one thing that I've been really impressed with Zedike with is when we get pressure and we hit him, he stands in the pocket. He takes the hit and delivers the pass. But again, another 3rd and long that they're able to capitalize on. First down, 10 to go. Clock rolling at about 4 minutes to go on your main stops at Northwest Ohio scoreboard. Zedike going to hand off, going to go up the middle. Carry goes to Beals.
And I tell you what, Beals did a good job that time with his legs churning, getting through traffic there, absorbing a couple hits.
Gained about 5. 2nd and 5. This is Fairview's version of taking the wind out of the sails. They have just slowed this down, not in a hurry to get to the line now. This is their 4-minute drill. Let's take it into the half. Slots each way. Zedike back in the pocket, looks, finds the pressure, eats up the pressure, gets the pass complete. Watson on the tackle. Gavin Garza on the reception. 3rd down, 2 to go. Bringing in their big package again. We've seen this a few times. It's that wildcat formation with 2 big tackles in the backfield, and they're going to run the power. Ohlinger's going to pick his way forward. It's going to be enough for a first down to about the 3. It's one of those tough things. You know what they're doing. You know that they're going to power behind those 2 big tackles. They line up as the H-back. But when you got a back like Ohlinger, it's tough to stop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Enough for a 1st and goal. Clock rolling at 2:15 on your main stops on Northwest Ohio scoreboard. Open when you need them. Main stops in Northwest Ohio. Stop in for Thirsty Thursday every Thursday. Empty the back. Oh, 1 back in the backfield. Going to be Kennedy again. Going to be a rugby scrum up the middle. No, it was Zedike on a keeper. I thought it went up the middle.
Yeah.
Zedike just coasted in. Let's look at this Welding Construction replay. Fooled everybody. Nobody from Bryan went with Zedike.
Yeah, everybody went on the right side. You saw that right there. And
Everybody.
Wow, that was pretty impressive right there.
That was a really nice fake. Let's see if they're going to go for 2.
I would think that 19-0, they want to get the 2. Hey, we can hear each other again, partner.
That's a good thing. We can hear each other. That's a nice thing.
That was really challenging the full first half.
Look at us correcting things on the way. They are going to run up and at least look for the 1 point. And now they're going to spread out of it.
Now they're going to put a guy in motion. And now Zedike's going
Gonna
to
run
have an option. That's loose.
And I'm not sure who they tricked more, us or them. Exactly. But whatever the case is, 19-0 Fairview, 1:58 to go here in the first half. You're on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Welcome back here to the reservation at Fairview. Scored 19-0 Fairview over Bryan. Now, the last 2 weeks, games have changed on the last drive of the half. Last week, Bryan came down and scored, got the pick 6, scored again, and totally changed the game. Against Van Wert, we gave up that long touchdown drive at the end of the half, and then Van Wert, it was all Van Wert. We get a chance to double up here. It's a 2-minute drill. We'll see what our 2-minute offense looks like here. But if we could go down and get something on the board and then get the ball to start the second half, totally change this game around.
The challenge has been, though, our 10-minute offense has struggled against Fairview, and now you're going to rush things and try to make things happen quickly. You enter in a bunch of mistake potential in your own offense.
We've had a kickoff to the 15. End over end kick, going to be short, goes out of bounds. Penalty on the play. Should give Bryan the ball at the 35, I believe. Bryan's got ball 1st and 10. Looking where they're going to mark it. I thought it was at the 35. Now trying to figure out which hash mark the Bears want it on. Going to take it in the middle. Slot to the right, single receiver to the left. Goes in that little shuffle. Arnold's going to roll to his right, looks downfield. Picked off. Intercepted by Fairview. And Bryan got the ball back.
Let's see what they say here.
Let's look at the Welling Construction replays.
See if we got it.
Jake rolls, throws it, picked off.
Jake Arnold's pass is intercepted by Brody Williams.
And then taken away.
Over to the Golden Bears.
What a play by Jake Arnold. Throws the interception
and then he comes
goes
back
in
and
on the
gets
tackle
it.
and rips the ball out. Should be a first down for Bryan.
They're still discussing here. Let's see. They're going to say Bryan has the ball.
And it's a first down.
Yep.
So an interception and a fumble recovery on the same
play.
I'm not sure I've ever called that in my years of playing,
Yep.
of broadcasting football. Handoff up the middle, picking his way for about 1.5 or 2. Became Carlin.
Bryan ball carrier. Gage Mullins made the tackle.
Talk about not giving up on a play.
For sure. That was a heads-up play by the freshman.
The coach says he doesn't have the football IQ of a typical freshman, and it shows that he doesn't. Back to pass this time. Steps up in the pocket, going to escape the pressure. Gets out of sack territory, but only gets a couple with the clock still rolling at about 1:10, and Bryan's going to take a timeout. Timeout, Golden Bears. We'll take one with them. You're on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Timeout on the field called by the Bryan Golden Bears.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Welcome back here to Fairview. Timeout, Bryan. 3rd down and 5 to go. Clock is at just over a minute 8 to go. Bryan trailing 19-0 here in the first half to Fairview. Bryan comes up, slot to the left, short slot to the right. Arnold back to pass, looks, pumps, escapes the pressure, looks downfield, gets it out, complete inside the 40 to about the 37. We're going to get a penalty. We're going to get 15 more on that one, I believe.
It was all the way across, but the way it threw, it was either a late hit out of bounds or a face mask.
Call him personal foul face mask. I think that was complete. Was that Aiden Wallace on the catch?
I think it was Aiden Wallace. We can see here on the, maybe.
Jake looks, rolls to his right.
Foul penalty against the Apaches for an apparent face mask.
Yep, Aiden Wallace on the catch, and then ripped out of bounds by a face mask. So it definitely puts Bryan in field goal.
It does.
We at least have a field goal attempt now.
And the thing is right at 1 minute with the clock stopped.
Still have one timeout, so we don't want to dilly-dally, but
you have some time.
Going to be fakes the handoff. Jake in trouble. Wrapped down and brought down. Something that's tough to do.
And that was just coverage that somehow somebody lost their coverage and somebody was able to barrel through. Let's see if we have it on replay. Let's see who it was. Oh, he just came around the left side.
Straight
he was
up the
unblocked.
middle.
Yep.
This time back to pass, pressure going for the back, and he goes down again. The thing you can't do is to give up sacks when you're in field goal range like this late.
And twice that was Gavin Mead, number 10, that came around and got both of those.
And Bryan's going to take, I believe, their last time out. Last time out with 30 seconds to go in the first half. What was 1st and 10 from the 22 has now become 3rd down and
20. Almost, I think it's 20, isn't it?
22, 32, it's 23. 3rd and 23. Ball's at the 34. They got to get to the 11 or 12, so it's 22, 23 yards. And you just took your last time out. So if you get it in the middle of the field, you still may not get your field goal team on. So now you've got to work the sideline.
The scoreboard has us as 3rd and 54. I don't think it's that far.
Might as well be, partner.
That's right, for sure.
And those 2 sacks did not make the coaching staff next door to us very happy at all.
They did not. Thankfully, it's not like at Van Wert we're in with the coaches.
That's a good thing. But I think the stomp was loud enough that time that it shook the whole press box. So big play here for the Golden Bears. A chance to maybe salvage something from this drive. Slots each way. Once again, Meade coming off the side. Arnold's going to have to escape. And he's got to try to get out of bounds, and that's what he's trying to do. Is he able to get there?
Yes.
And he does get out of bounds. Heads up play by the freshman. Going to give us a shot at it, this Welling Construction replay. And once again, Meade just ate up Logan Carter on that play. They're moving him all around the front line. And what a really heads up play by the freshman to save the clock and get out of bounds. And it looks like we're going to keep the offense on the field. 17.8 seconds to go here in the first half. 4th down for the Golden Bears. Arnold back to pass. Pressure comes from the backside again. He escapes. He's going to say he's down, but I'm not sure if he got to the first down or not.
I think he's about a yard short.
Big hustle play, but I believe
he's about a yard short.
Going to be short.
Yep.
Going to be a turnover on downs. With 10 seconds to go. It's 2 gutsy plays by the freshman quarterback after taking 2 sacks. Ten seconds to go here in the half. Looks like Fairview's just going to kneel on it and take it to the half. That'll bring us to the end of the first half. Your score, Fairview 19, Bryan nothing. We'll be right back with the combined performance of the Fairview Marching Apaches and your Marching Golden Bears on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we understand that family is at the heart of everything we do.
Being family-owned and family-focused is not just a slogan for us, it's a way of life. We walk alongside you during life's most challenging moments, providing a guiding hand and a shoulder to lean on.
With heartfelt care and attention to detail, we tailor each service to honor the life and the memories of your loved one. We treat you like family because your journey is our journey.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family-owned, family-focused.
Halftime on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Fairview leads Bryan 19-0. Let's head it down to the halftime show here on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
For one of the strongest single releases of the earth. Join the Bryan Marching Band as they capture the thrill of windows down and sun in your face summer drive with the Beach Boys. I Get Around.
Fairview Marching Band with Pride is under the direction of Miss Terry Rosania, Miss Julie Bayless, and Miss Amaya Boyd. We start our show tonight with the 2004 song from the Killers, Mr. Brightside. History is something we try to remember, but struggle to recall the exact details. Tonight, we start some new history. This evening, the Bryan Band and the Fairview Band are joining forces to create the AGB Mega Band. Both bands are dedicating the show to all the educators whose commitment to learning and growing drives our future. Thank you for your knowledge, consistency, and lasting impact. You remember the 21st of September. We start our show with September by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Our next mega band piece was released in September of 2014. It was the artist's debut solo single, receiving 2 Grammy nominations in 2016 for Best Rock Performance and Best Rock Song. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the combined Fairview and Bryan marching band performing LA King's blend of a rock, alt, blues, rock, and southern rock to create a pop rock song about relationships. Here is X's and O's. If you like to drive on country roads or wear country clothing, we close our show with Not Take Me Home, Country Road. The Bryan High School Marching Band is under the direction of Mr. Jason Lucy. Staff assistants Tim Camarillo and DJ Bonnie. The field commanders are seniors Noah Mills and Gracie Butler and junior Josh Singleton.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
Welcome back here to Fairview. 19-0 Fairview all over Bryan. We got stats, partner?
Yeah, we do. First off, great show by the bands combined.
That was impressive.
That was cool.
That was a very impressive show.
Nice.
I like it.
All right, let's take a look at the stats. Hopefully they have populated into the computer and they will show up on the screen. They're not at the moment. Okay, well, I can give you the stats. So let's take a look at total yards. Fairview 264, Bryan at 85 total yards. Out of that, 200 yards passing for Fairview, 64 yards rushing. Bryan 49 pass yards, 36 rush yards. Time of possession, Bryan has 10 minutes and 44 seconds. Fairview 13 minutes and 6 seconds. First downs, here's the biggest number that threw me, okay? First downs, 13 for Fairview, 3 for Bryan. And then 1 turnover apiece. Penalties, Bryan was penalized twice for 23 yards, and Fairview penalized 3 times for 34 yards, and they did show up there on the screen.
They did. They found them, and they came out. One of the things that we were talking about during halftime is, we can look at Zedike, we can look at Ollinger, and those two guys are just absolute beasts. But the reality is this game is being lost in the trenches on both sides of the ball. We're not able to get pressure on Zedike, and when we do, we're not able to keep containment down the field. We're not able to keep pressure off of Jake Arnold. They're getting 4, 5, 6 yards a carry. We're getting 2.5 yards a carry. I mean, when we look coming into the game that our offense rushing production, taking the quarterbacks out of it. So this is not the negative yardage from sacks, 2.5 yards a carry. And the longest run by a running back happened in that half for us this year. It's 8 yards.
Yep.
It's games are won and lost in the trenches. We talk all the time about quarterbacks and receivers and running backs because they're the ones with the ball and they get all the glory. But the game is won and lost in the offensive, defensive line. And Fairview's dominated that all night tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you do talk about the stat leaders, Jake Arnold 5 for 7, 45 yards and an interception, which he got back. Rhett McGill 1 of 3 for 11 yards. Jake Arnold has 7 rushes for 18 yards, along with 16. Cade Carlin 6 rushes for 18 yards. Jacob Uranis caught 3 balls for 47. The only other one that caught for positive yards is Aiden Wallace, 16 yards. 1 catch there. Gonzalez returned 2 kickoffs for 37 yards, and Uran had that punt that was pretty awful and just didn't go very far. On the other side of the ledger, Zedike is 16 of 25 for 200 yards and a touchdown. Drayden Grinnell Dennis has 5 rushes for 25 yards. Logan Ollinger 3 for 19 and a touchdown. William Zedike 4 for 12 and a touchdown. Kellen Beals 3 for 8. Receiving, Ollinger has 5 catches for 74 yards, as long as 28. Gavin Palladino 3 catches for 50 yards and a touchdown. Brody Williams has 2 catches for 40 yards. Gavin Mead 2 catches for 11 yards, and they got a couple more with 1 apiece. And there you go. There's a lot of stats right there, a lot of things, and they're all going Fairview's way. If you look at the drive summary real quick, Fairview opened things up. They won 62 yards in 11 plays, 2 minutes and 36 seconds with a touchdown. Then Bryan went 3 and out, only gained 7 yards on their first drive. Then Fairview had 5 plays, 50-yard drive that ended up on a turnover on downs. Then Fairview had Bryan had a 6-play, 32-yard drive. Then Fairview got it back, 10 plays, 5-yard drive, 317 with a touchdown. Bears got it back, went 6 plays for 22 yards, punted again. Then Fairview got it back again, 14 plays with a touchdown. And then Bryan recovered a fumble, and they ended up basically stalling down in the shadow of Fairview's goalpost there. Couldn't get it in. and Fairview just ran the clock out after that.
It's just one of those things that, we said last week at halftime, the adjustment to be made was when we came back and took the lead late in the second quarter, does this team have what it takes to put a team away? Now we got to see, does this team have what it takes to fight back when everything is stacked against you and you've got to come back now?
Yep, you're right.
Those are going to be the adjustments made on the offensive and defensive line. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andres O'Neill and Lowe, Baldy's Furniture, Stark's Plumbing and Heating, and the Thiel Supply Center. Thanks also to Bryan Ford Lincoln, Carlin Company, Tri-State Vision Center, and Welling Construction for all of their support. And this will be the Bryan Ford kickoff contest. Bryan will be receiving the opening kickoff of the second half. Somebody takes it back for a touchdown. 100 yards goes in somebody's pocket. And again, like last week, it's kind of tough when the kicks are going to about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, exactly. It's really hard to do that when they don't put it in the air. And we're having some issues with our scoreboard camera. It's really 19-0, not 14-0. But I think we're down we're in the bleachers with our cameras tonight, and I really think that the situation is people are standing up in between our cameras.
That happens every now and then.
Yep, for sure.
That happens every now and then. Well, I'm not sure I want to know what was said at halftime, because something that is rare for the Golden Bears, if you're ever here at a pregame, Bryan's always the first team on the field.
Yep.
They're out with their specialists warming up an hour before kickoff. When it comes to halftime, we're normally the early team out. Well, tonight, Fairview was on the field for a good 3 minutes before the Golden Bears came back at halftime. I'm not sure that I wanted to hear what was being said in the locker room, because I'm sure it was loud.
You probably did not.
Just a little bit here before the second half kickoff. Why don't we take a break for our sponsors, and we'll come right back with second half action from the reservation at Fairview. You're on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Rooting on the Golden Bears is a tradition that brings us all together.
Just like the sports we love, another tradition has stood the test of time. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory since 19...
Welcome back. Kickoff flag. Wow, that came in from way down the field. Sammy Gonzalez takes the kick back to the 30, but a flag comes in. That flag was thrown 25 yards in the air.
Bryan ran Sam Gonzalez out of bounds, but there's a flag on the play.
Waiting to see what this is going to be. You can see the flag just bounced into the end of our Welling Construction replay, but that flag came from the 35-yard line. Be a penalty against the Golden Bears. Going to be a 10-yarder. Put Bryan at the 20-yard line. So again, no winner in the kickoff contest this week. Next week could be your chance. Stop in to Bryan Ford Lincoln and register your chance to win $100 if Bryan brings back either the opening kickoff of the first or the second half. Two backs in the backfield this time. Going to be a handoff up the middle. Nice little hole. Cade Carlin, I believe. gets about 5. Second down 5, ball at the 25. Two backs, one tight end, 2 receivers. Going to be a read option. Arnold's going to take it out for a gain of about 2 to the 27. Brings up, once again, situation Bryan's found themselves in all night. Third down. And here we go, Chris. This is bringing the quarterbacks, bringing the play in. Now we're coming all the way across the field.
Yeah, when you're on that right hash, it's really tough.
Again, 21 set, 2 backs, 1 tight end. Jake back to pass, protection. And Jake pulls it down, barrels ahead, gets the first down. Carlin was looking for the pass, and you could just see, go, block.
Yep, that was a great job. Out of the freshman. He was looking for his options. There was some good protection, was able to get rolled out there on the left side and look for a receiver. Receivers were all covered, so he tuck and ran. And as you said, Carlin did a nice job of blocking ahead of him.
You can tell that Cade was kind of looking around for the little soft pass, and Jake was like, no, I've got this one. Just put a helmet on somebody. First down, 10 to go, Golden Bears. Ball at the 34-yard line. Again, the 21 set for the Golden Bears. Going to be a handoff off the right side, cuts back into the middle, powers his way forward, gets a couple on the play. Once again, going to be Carlin.
And we talked about this as a key to the game early on, that this has to be a focus of the Golden Bears to get that running game going.
You know, it's easier to run block than it is to pass block.
Yep.
So, you know, I think we may be trying to get the offensive line a little bit of comeback. Again, staying with the 2 backs in the backfield. Jake back to pass, throws it out into the flat over the head of his receiver, Jacob Uran. Had Hunter Watson in the right flat. Uran running a little out pattern. Just a little bit over Jake's head. Third down, 7 to go for the Golden Bears. You know, it's one of the things that you notice about this Fairview team is you can tell they're a mature team that's played a lot of football. They're not hurrying around. They just jog to their position, get ready to play the next play. Arnold back to pass. Here comes the blitz. In trouble. He escapes 1, escapes 2, gets downfield. 50, 45, drugged down at the 42-yard line. That was all single effort right there.
Nice job there by Jake to tuck and run. He waited until he could wait no longer, and then he had to pull it down and go, and you can see it. You'll be able to see it here on the Relling Construction replay here.
Big pressure coming off that left side, unblocked. He escapes 1, makes another man miss, and there he goes, takes off to the races. Biggest run of the season for the Golden Bears right there. First down 10, once again in Fairview territory. We haven't had a problem getting into Fairview territory. It's doing something when we're there. Little drive forward that time. Wasn't sure if that was Carlin or Watson. Only got about 1 on the play. Guess the PA guys didn't know who it was either because they haven't announced
They
it.
didn't say anything, no.
Second and 9 for the Golden Bears. Back to pass, leaving both in. Has a receiver down the sideline. He's got him. Complete. Touchdown, Golden Bears.
Jake Arnold down to Anthony Weber. Here's the Welling Construction replay. That was beautiful. Look at this pass.
Nice pass right on the money, over the shoulder, caught into the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Bears. Big answer to start the second half.
Now just think if they had been able to do something down at the end of the first half there.
Carter on to try the extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick. is good. So with 8:13 to go here in the third quarter from Fairview, your score, the Apaches 19, your Golden Bears 7. You're on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
I am blind, but I need not see. I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free.
Welcome back here to Fairview. Nice way to start the second half, partner.
Yeah, absolutely. Good touchdown pass right there, and it was a good situation. Nicely thrown ball, man. Nicely thrown ball. Get a little light on the situation there, partner.
I've got in-game reads to make, partner. My eyes are getting really old.
I know.
And my memory's getting worse, so, you know.
I'm looking down at my call sheet, and I can't read a thing.
Yeah, that was it. I was looking to see who brought the pressure on that play that Jake escaped from. It was Brody Williams. I was looking, and there's like no way with that 7 font we're using on our call sheet to know who a number is down there. So
for sure.
Loose on to boom this one away. Gets this one high, end over end, a little shorter than normal. Going to be taken at the 10. Out over the 20. 25 has a crease to the 30. 35 brought down at about the 37, 38-yard line.
It was well blocked there by the Apaches. They do such a good job in all facets of the game, but special teams, they blocked that one out well and able to get all the way out there. And again, as you said, it was a shorter kick than usual from
But, you know, it's one of those things that we're going to give credit to the coaching staff for drawing that one up. But for Jake Arnold, heck of an individual effort to get that first down and then just put the pass right on the dot. Fairview coming out an empty backfield, not shocked about that at all. There comes the bubble screen to, guess who? Olinger. He breaks out of one tackle, another tackle, down to midfield, still going, cuts it back across field to the 45, inside the 45 to about the 42-yard line.
And when you got a guy like Olinger, what the thing you're looking at with him is the yards after the catch. These are short passes. These are short bubble screens. They're not something that's going to go downfield, but then after he catches it, he gets the 20 yards.
He's an elusive athlete. Back to pass again. Pass caught, little curl pattern, going to be enough for another first down. Mead on the reception that time.
Olinger is here on the left side this time. Let's see what he does.
Going to be a handoff up the middle. Going to be Grinnell Dennis pushing the pile forward. He does nothing fancy. He buries his head and goes forward, but I think about every time he touches the ball back there, you can count on 4 or 5 yards.
And the interesting thing about it is what they do is they put Olinger here and just standing, and he's the safety.
They faked the handoff that time, get it to Olinger. He spins out of 3 tackles, touchdown Fairview.
That's just tough right there. You'll notice he's standing there, and the option goes, and they go right to him.
That's going to be a run, too.
Yeah.
That was a backwards pass. That's going to be a run. And how he got out of that tackle by Vincent Taylor, I have no idea.
So he's been doing that. When they don't give it to him, he plays decoy. And so what he does is everybody else is moving forward on the play. He stands there. He draws a defender because he gets the ball a lot, takes the defender away from the play, and just that time it was to him. He's always the guy that he can go to at the last second.
And here he comes in the Wildcat. Nope, that's Zedek back there this time. Those that are across the middle are going to be complete. 2-point conversion is good. 7:05 to go in the third. Your score, Fairview, now 27. Your Golden Bears, 7 on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Here at the Williams County Veterans Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veterans Service Office.
Well, just when we think we get momentum switched to our side, Zedike and Olinger take over and take it right back. And I think that we're not going to be the only team that happens to this year.
No, you're right.
Those two are just a heck of a combination. 7:05 to go here in the third. 27-7 Fairview. Our two returners, our deep men, are on the 15-yard line.
Deep in quotes.
Deep in quotes. See, they're running the double run up on the kick again. This one, end over end, gets a big kick. Oh my goodness, through the end zone. Bryan will take it at the 20-yard line. I think that surprised everybody.
That's right. We haven't seen that very much today. Even their PA guy was commenting.
He got him excited, airing it out, yeah. It's senior night. You got to get one as a senior, right? Golden Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 20, trailing this one 27-7. 7:05 to go here in the third. We had a good drive to open the half. Let's see if we can put a second one together. Again, the 12 set. Two backs in the backfield. Ball's on the ground. Jake's going to have to fall on it. Low snap. Scooped up, but it's going to be starting on the wrong direction. It wasn't that low. It was a low snap, but it didn't hit the ground. He just dropped it. Loss of 4, 2nd and 14. No one covers Williams County sports like 100.9 B-Rock, and follow your Bryan Golden Bears all season long on Q96.5. Listen on air or online at WBNO-WQCT.com. Again, two backs. Arnold back to pass, looks out of the slot. Pass is dropped. Attempted for Aiden Wallace. And shocking, Logan Olinger makes the play on the defensive side of the ball. Please tell me he's a senior. Oh, he's a junior.
Yep, you'll
he's
get him
a junior
again next year.
Oh, man. Third and 14. Long way to go for the Golden Bears. See if they dial up pressure from Fairview. And they do. They're coming off the edge again. Jake rolls right into it, and this time they get him.
Yeah, I tell you what, the pressure on the outside end by Gavin Mead has been there the whole night. They have not had any answer for him, and he comes basically unblocked. Mead is listed, as a linebacker.
He's a 6'1 junior playing defensive end.
Defensive end.
But the other one coming off his shoulder is Brody Williams, who's a 6-foot junior as well. Running someone onto the field late for Fairview. He doesn't get there. High snap. Kick gets it away. Almost blocked. Nice kick, but not a good roll. We haven't gotten the rolls tonight. Going to be marked down at about the 38-yard line. You know, that's one of those nights that'd be nice to have the turf, because we'd have got an extra 10 yards on that on the turf.
For sure,
but
it just dies there on the grass.
It just hits there. And you would think as dry as it's been, but that ball just spun to a stop right where it was. Fairview takes over in plus position on the 38 of Bryan. Slot each way. Zedike in the backfield. They're bringing run in motion this way. They're going to run the little pop pass. Going to be inside the 30, and he's off to the races. 10, touchdown. Little pop pass to Shady Fritch. What a great football name, Shady Fritch, a 5'10 sophomore. Just took it in from 38 yards on that little pop pass. Well blocked on the outside. Nobody to contain. Down the sideline, he scampers.
Fairview's done it all sorts of ways. Passes, runs. This is what happens when an offense plays together and gels together for 2-3 years of varsity, 4 years of varsity.
Well, and it's also when you've just got speed. You know, that play was just all speed. You know, the last one, the option play that looked like a pass was really a lateral to Ollinger, and then that looked like a run, and it was a pass. I mean, it's just they're doing it all sorts of ways. The extra point is good. That's going to bring us to 5:34 to go here in the third. 34-7 Fairview on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
We've been part of the community, supporting you in the moments of celebration and loss.
Just like a team, we understand the value of traditions and the love that binds us together.
So whether it's cheering for a win or celebrating a life well lived, remember we are here for you.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here.
Welcome back. Well, that was quick. One play, 38 yards, about 12 seconds.
Yep. That's rough. I mean, you have no answer for it. One play, 38 yards.
His last kick went through the end zone. See, we're not backing our guys up anymore. We're leaving them. Oh, now this time Sam's going to back up to the 10.
Unofficially 6 seconds on the drive.
Boots this one. Another long one that's going to go through the end zone.
I'm just curious if the other guy ever kicks it.
You know, I'm sure they work on it in practice and can bring it out if they catch people cheating. But, you know, when you're up 34-7, you really don't have to, to pull that one out. And is that Rhett coming back out at quarterback now?
It appears
I believe that's number 12 coming out. Going to see both quarterbacks here tonight. Now we're going to run out of the two-back set. Going to be handed off to the left-hand side. Nice gain. Going to be close to a Bryan first down. They're going to give him a first down.
Well, I guess he got to the 30, exactly to the 30. That's a 10-yard gain.
Hunter Watson on the carry. Is that his first carry tonight? Watson on the carry. Slot to the right. McGill behind center. Pumps in trouble, and down he goes.
The two ends, Gavin Mead, and I think Brody Williams is the other one that comes through, but also Adam Spangler on the other.
for a Fairview first down.
Tackle made by Jake Arnold.
Ball's going to be marked at the 41. First down, 10 to go. Three receivers to the right, one to the left. Zedike back to pass. Going to be a hold coming in once again. Duran with the hold. Pass was tipped, but caught, but it's going to come back.
I think that's going to be on number 58 for Fairview, Adam Spangler. The defensive end just got to grab a hold of Jacob Duran and wouldn't let him go.
Here on the Welling Construction replay. Has all of them. Welling Construction, a third-generation family-owned general contractor. We specialize and pride ourselves in building quality custom homes, major renovation projects, and commercial work. Your vision, our expertise. Contact us at 419-636-3712. Bringing you replays all year long. First down, 20 to go for Fairview. Since we didn't get a chance at halftime to go over area scores, let's take a look at them after this play as Fairview empties the backfield again. Zedike back to pass, receivers downfield. He's going deep. Over top of everybody, caught. Gavin Mead, touchdown Fairview.
Jake Arnold was there, had a hand up, it just went over his head.
Took the wrong angle on the pass and over his head, touchdown for Fairview. Well read by Jake, just the bad angle. And he just puts that on a dime.
You see Jake stretch his arm out right there. He just went right over, dumped it right over Arnold.
And we're going to do a running clock.
Yeah.
It's going to be a running clock for the rest of this one, unless we come back and score. The extra point attempt is on its way. You can see the clock's running during the extra point. It'll stop for the kickoff and for change of possessions, and that's going to be it. Kick is up, and it's good. 41-7, Fairview here. 1:46 to go in the third. You're on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Welcome back. Now let's take a look at scores from around the area. Our opponent next week, Patrick Henry, leading Columbus Grove 14-7 in the third. Liberty Center all over Otsego 40-0. That game's in the fourth. Edgerton Pillier tied at 14. Evergreen and Lake tied at 21. Archibald 28-0. I don't guess we'll have a controversial field goal to win it this year. Bath 28, Van Wert 21, Eden 14, Hicksville 6, Delta Oliver Gibsonburg 40-12, Eastwood leading Wauseon 21-13. Wauseon on the verge of going 0-3 on the season. Swanton losing to Ottawa Hill 6-0. Mohawk 14, Ayersville 8, Wapak 21, Defiance 0.
So you mean I don't have to go home and watch social media for a ton of things about the Blue Streak pause?
Probably not tonight. Low line drive. This one's going to bounce and be trouble. Picked up at about the 2, out to the 15. Going to get almost out to the 20-yard line.
I tell you what, there were 4 Fairview Apaches bearing down on the returner for the goal for Bryan.
That return
might have been Landon Decker. Could it have been?
That was Landon Decker that returned it. 5'7", 145-pound freshman.
Steven Mendez with the tackle for the Apaches.
That Jake Arnold back at a quarterback, I believe, for the Golden Bears. In trouble, escapes the pocket, keeps his eyes downfield, takes off and runs. 25, going to be wrapped up and brought down. And it looks like on the Fairview sideline, they're warming up other quarterbacks.
You know, I've been kind of down on the Fairview, Fairview coming on the ends and rushing. That time there was good pass protection for the Golden Bears. Receivers were just covered downfield, so Jake made the wise decision to just tuck and run.
Second down and a long 3. Probably the last play of the third quarter with the running clock. Handoff's going to go around the left-hand side. And flag comes in again very late.
It's going to be a hold.
And it's going to be a hold again.
Bears.
And it's going to be the same penalty for not letting a player up.
Yep. I think that's going to be whistled on.
I think it was Harrison 6.
Yeah.
It was Logan Reed on the carry, his first carry of the season. Lucas Reed, sorry. Lucas Reed on the carry. Nice run that's going to be taken back.
Yeah, I think it was 6 that.
It's good to drive your man to the ground, but you can't stay on him.
Yep, got to let him up.
And that's going to bring us to the end of the third. The end of 3 here. Your score, Fairview 41, Bryan 7. Oh, never mind. We're going to stay right here. You can't end on a penalty.
Oh, that's right.
Bryan's got to be able to run an untimed down.
We saw that against Bowling Green.
We did. Second down, 13 to go. No time on the clock here in the third. Slot to the right, single receiver to the left. Ball's going to go over the left-hand side. Going to push his way forward, get back to about the original line of scrimmage.
Now it'll be the end of the third quarter.
And that was Lucas Reed on the carry. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. The end of 3. Your score, Fairview 41, Bryan 7. You're on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Discover great job skills training at Northwest State. With over 50 different programs available, there is something for everyone. Providing hands-on training and education is the community college advantage.
Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Welcome back here. Fourth quarter action coming your way. Third down and 11 for the Golden Bears. I'm not sure how many third and more than 10s we've had tonight, but it seems like every possession there's been 1 or 2.
Always playing behind the sticks.
Again, 1 back in the backfield. Slot to the right. Jake back to pass. Has time, it breaks down. He escapes out of the pocket, is going to take off and make a nice play. Going to be enough for a first down, out over the 30 to the 35, a Golden Bear first down.
You talk about something out of nothing. That was the epitome of something out of nothing because he was dead to rights in the backfield and was able to get out and break some tackles and make some moves, and he runs like a running back.
You know, partner, we said this a couple years ago when we were here, and that really good team of Jason Sam just outshot Fairview and beat him like 63-46 or something like that. That we said then that Zedike is going to be a star.
Yep.
I'm telling you now, Jake Arnold's going to be a star.
He is.
The kid's just got the whole package. Going to be a handoff. Lucas Reed going to go around the right side, gets to the outside, a little bit of space, but it's going to come back. Laundry on the field once again. It's been one of the problems for the Golden Bears. It seems like positive plays are getting wiped out by penalties. It's not that we're getting a lot of penalties, but they're just Another holding penalty.
Only penalized 2 times in the first half for 23 yards, and I hate to take a look here what our penalties are right now. Let's see. 4 for 73, but
they've wiped out the 2 holding penalties have wiped out really
Big
good
runs.
positive plays.
Yep. Both by Lucas Reed.
Going to give it to him this time up the middle. Picks his way through, gets back to the 30. Going to give him about 4 on the play.
You know, the difference also is I feel like that those penalties haven't helped Reed. They seem to be away from the play. And so you wipe out a good run, and that penalty didn't even help him do the run.
Exactly. I mean, the penalty for when we had the holding down on the other end of the field for laying on the guy was literally 5 yards behind the play when it happened. Jake back to pass. Looks, escapes again. Not sure he's going to get away from everybody this time. Scrambles enough to make it not a sack. Gets 1 on the play.
He just lunged forward.
That's a quarterback taking care of his offensive line, not wanting to have them charged with another sack.
For sure. Hey, Dave, guess what? Tomorrow we've got our first volleyball game of the year on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Golden Bear volleyball tomorrow.
Hilltop. Jordan Brown going to be on the call, and Thea Staten making her broadcasting debut.
Oh, my.
Helping out with volleyball.
Going from throwing the heat to calling the game. Oh, just a little bit overthrown. Nice look, nice pass, nice arm. One of the things the Golden Bears have needed for the last 2 years is to be able to stretch the defense and go over the top. And there he was. I mean, gave it a really good run. Just a little bit over the head of Anthony Weber. Thea calling volleyball, huh?
Yeah, I guess Thea. So tomorrow I have to help out in the truck, and so I will not be able to be inside. And so I usually help out with volleyball, though, like what is really helping out. And so Coach Brown said that Thea played for her in junior high, and so Thea will be helping us out.
Big high punt that time, rolls dead at about the 31-yard line, and it looks like seeing who's coming out for Fairview. Glad we've got the light on because I got a feeling these aren't going to be names that are primarily on our call sheet.
And the clock hasn't stopped on the change of possession, which is interesting to me.
And I'm not sure either coach is.
No, I don't think anybody cares.
I believe if I remember reading in the Golden Book for OHSAA referees, both coaches can choose not to stop the clock on change of possession, but they both have to agree to it. And my guess is both coaches here are like, this is a non-conference game. Yep. Let's just go home and get nobody hurt.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, a lot of numbers coming out that I'm not familiar with for this Fairview team. Looks like Brody Williams is going to be at quarterback. Pulling the Doug Flutie, 22 at quarterback. Handoff goes up the middle. Kellen Beals, I believe, on the carry. Good for about 4.
The goal here in the waning moments here, 6.5 to go. Not getting anybody hurt.
That's exactly it.
Conference season starts next week.
This is technically the end of the preseason. Yep. You just don't want to get anybody hurt. Not for either one of these teams. Get another handoff up the middle. Big hole, big space. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown Fairview.
That's Steven Mendez, number 43. I think that's who that was.
That was exactly who that was.
Mendez, the 6-foot, 190-pound sophomore. Just barreling down the right sideline there, as you see on the Welling Construction replay.
And, you know, it's one of the things that's tough. You can't coach speed. And they're down to their 2s now for Fairview.
Yep.
That one play 38-yard drive and that big run, when your second team is outrunning your first team, and it's not a positioning thing, it's not a coaching thing. You just can't coach speed.
Right.
The snap, the kick is good.
No, it's not. It went wide left.
Oh, it went wide left. I thought I saw him put their hands up.
Nope, he went left. It looked to me like it was left. I looked at the left official. Are they going to come talk about this? I wonder if we have that on replay.
Get the replay. Here it comes.
I think it went left. Watch this official right here. See,
he goes. Good. Yep. Well,
it's the one thing I've picked up today.
47-7, 5:14 to go. You're on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
All right. Well, that was one of those that is going to make coaches frustrated.
Yep.
Their twos against our ones, and they took it down the field like that on a big play. See somebody throwing behind the Bryan bench. I'm not sure. Are we going to go to quarterback 3, or are we going to see Rhett, or are we going to get Jake back out for one more drive?
I don't know who quarterback 3 would be on this team.
I've heard that quarterback 3 is Brom Trady. Brom Trady. Older guy's got some eligibility left. Big skinny kid that just transferred in from Michigan. Big end over end kick. Going to be taken on the run by Weber. Wrapped up, brought down at the 26.
Boy, it was promising to go there, but he just ran into a buzzsaw. I don't know who that was for Fairview that made the tackle, but boy, oh boy. Tristan Meade on the tackle.
Bryan coming out. Not sure who's coming out. Jake was out, then they took him off. Is that Rhett they brought in?
It is Tyler Tipton.
Tyler Tipton coming in at quarterback.
And
we're
a
going to
timeout. Maybe it's Tyler Tipton.
Maybe it's Tyler Tipton. Our director, Eric, called it in the truck, said who was coming out, and he was right. No, John got it. Thanks to John in the truck, and thanks for John for carrying all the heavy stuff for us, too.
Yep.
Takes the load off of our old man backs. 47-7, Fairview, 4:02 to go. We'll take this time out on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities.
Handoff at the middle is Tyler Tipton at quarterback. Handoff went to Griff Fowler for a gain of about 6-7 on the play.
Good offensive run there.
First final of the night, Liberty Center 40, Otsego nothing. PH now leading Columbus Grove 20-7. Pilger now 22, Edgerton 14. Evergreen up on Lake 28-21 late in that one. Going to be Fowler again around the right-hand side. Picks his way forward enough for a first down. Finally wrestled down at the 42-yard line. Archibald 28, Tenora got on the board at 7. Delta 42, Gibsonburg 20. Mohawk 28, Ayersville 15. Bath 35, Van Wert 21. Eastwood 21, Wauseon 13. Eden 14, Hicksville 6. Ottawa Hills 6, Swanton nothing in the 4th. And Wapak 28, Defiance 7. But a low-scoring game.
Yep.
That Eden-Hicksville game at 14-6. First down, Golden Bears. Run up the middle. Going to be Fowler again.
Going to turn into our leading rusher.
You know, there are times late in the game that freshmen earn themselves some playing time.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, Ottawa Hill Swanton, 6-0.
And Ottawa Hills was
they were a buzzsaw last
year,
but they're really down
team
this year. I'm not sure if Ottawa Hills has won yet this year. And Swanton hasn't. They're 0-2 on the season. Oh, get back. Pass is going to be juggled incomplete.
Was intended for Landon Decker, another freshman.
Bring up 3rd and 5 for the Golden Bears.
Griff Fowler had 3 carries for 20 yards so far in this drive.
Tight end to the left, run in motion. Going to be an inside handoff. Big hit, not enough for the first down. Trying to see who had the carry for the Golden Bears.
That was Decker.
That was going to be Decker.
Yep.
Give him about 2 on the play. Brings up 4th down. Inside a minute to go.
I'm telling you what, best thing ever tonight. We've got Dakota Shaw, our stats person for the football team, sitting right next to us, and he is on top of things, man.
I'll tell you what, we may have to make this a permanent solution on away games.
I'm telling you what, he's done so well tonight that I've got him in our post-game credits.
Going to be Fowler coming the other way. Powers his way for a first down inside the 45 to about the 43.
And he just ran over Weston Yoder from Fairview.
First down, Golden Bears. See if they run one more play to end this one. They get it off. Going to hand it up the middle. Dancing out of the backfield. Powering his way forward to get a few more yards. And once again, that was going to be Fowler on the carry, and that's going to do it here. In a second half that started out really good for Bryan, and then the wheels fell off. This one ends up being 47-7 Fairview. We're going to take a break. We'll come right back with stats, wrap this one up for you. You're on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Discover great job skills training at Northwest State. With over 50 different programs available, there is something for everyone. Providing hands-on training and education is the community college advantage.
Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030. The Bryan Parks and and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Welcome back here to Fairview, where this one turned into what started out to be a good start for Bryan, a really good start to the second half. Turned it out to be a Fairview rout. Let's take a look at some stats, partner.
Yeah, we'll take a look at stats here. The total yards really threw me off here. 504 total yards for Fairview, 224 total yards for the Golden Bears. Fairview had 332 yards rushing, 172 passing. Bryan, 90 passing yards, 134 rush yards. I don't think the time of possession is entirely accurate, but 25-55 and 18-03. It doesn't add up to the number we need it to add up to, but with the running clock, it makes things a little challenging there. First downs, 10 for Bryan, 19 for Fairview. Each team had a turnover. Bryan was penalized 5 times for 83 yards. Fairview 4 penalties for 44 yards. Let's take a look at some individual stats. Give me just a second to hit our stats page here. But taking a look at first at the Golden Bears, Jake Arnold was 6 for 11 for 86 yards and a touchdown and an interception. Rhett McGill 1 for 4 for 11 yards. Tyler Tipton attempted 1 pass, did not complete it. Jake Arnold rushed 14 times for 67 yards. His long was 21. Griff Fowler 5 rushing attempts for 33 yards. Cade Carlin 9 for 27. Hunter Watson 2 for 10. Lucas Reed 2 for 7. He had a big run that got wiped out by a penalty. Landon Decker had 1 run for a yard. Receiving, Jacob Uran had 3 catches for 47 yards. He had that at halftime, though, by the way. Anthony Weber 2 for 40. Aiden Wallace 1 for 16. The touchdown, Anthony Weber scored that one on the touchdown there. And then let's see. Let's take a look at the stats for the Apaches. Big ones. William Zedek, 21 for 30 passing, 332 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Steven Menendez had 1 carry for 66 yards. It was that late 66-yard touchdown. Logan Olinger, 4 carries for 46 yards, 2 touchdowns. Drayden Grinnell Dennis, 6 carries for 29 yards. William Zedek had 5 carries for 23 yards, and Kellen Beals 4 for 11. Receiving, Olinger caught 6 balls for 96 yards. His long was 28. Gavin Mead 4 for 73 with a touchdown. Gavin Palladino 3 for 50 with a touchdown. Brody Williams 3 for 50. Shady Fritsch, great name, 1 for 38. That was
but I don't
a
want to say it's a
touchdown.
great name because we're going to be calling that name. That kid is fast.
Yep. And Drayden Grinnell Dennis had 1 catch for 9 yards. So there you have it. And they were 3 for 4 on extra points too.
So a game that, again, started out 19-0 at the half. Bryan comes back, makes it 19-7, and then the wheels fall off for the Golden Bears. And in the trenches, on the edges, it just kind of all came apart for the Bears tonight. But we start the second season next week as we go on the road to Patrick Henry, and then followed up by going on the road to Liberty Center.
Yep.
Tomorrow, high school volleyball, Hilltop at Bryan at 11 a.m. with All-State pitcher Thea Staten on the call. You got the golden voice of the Golden Bears tonight and the All-Stater tomorrow. I mean, where can you go wrong with the Golden Bear Sports Network?
You can take a look at the upcoming schedule here. We have volleyball again on Tuesday, so 2 volleyballs in a row. Archbold coming to town in a league matchup against Bryan, and then we go Friday for Patrick Henry at Patrick Henry, and then we're off again until the Liberty Center game. So, it's been a bit of grind so far.
It is.
We need your help to bring you coverage of Bryan Athletics. Help us out and grow your business by becoming a GBSN sponsor. Packages are available starting just $30 a game to become a sponsor. Email me, chris@bryansports.com, or call 633-6235. Want to take one more break?
Take one more break. We'll come back, wrap it up, and send everybody home on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Rooting on the Golden Bears is a tradition that brings us all together.
Just like the sports we love, another tradition has stood the test of time. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, since 1922, we've been part of the community, supporting you in the moments of celebration and loss.
Just like a team, we understand the value of traditions and the love that binds us together.
So whether it's cheering for a win or celebrating a life well lived, remember we are here for you.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused.
Welcome back here to Fairview. Today's game is brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andres O'Neill and Lowe, Baldy's Furniture, Starks Plumbing and Heating, and the Thiel Supply Center. Our next broadcast, as Chris said a little bit ago, tomorrow as a volleyball team host Hilltop Live beginning around 11 o'clock on bryansports.com. Jordan Brown and Thea Staten have the call. Thanks to our crew here tonight. Eric Herman in the truck making everything happen and troubleshooting. Tony Malenga off somewhere in Pittsburgh, troubleshooting online with us. Replay, John Dalrymple, our cameras, Gabby Malenga and Remington Rosebrock. At WQCT, Rick Armentrout for making this all happen.
I also want to thank Dakota Shaw. He showed up here on our graphic under cameras. That isn't accurate. Dakota's our stats person. He's the football team stats person, and he's done a great job we were able to give you the stats basically because Dakota's here putting them in, so we appreciate that.
And tonight, with the way the booth is set up here, he ended up in with us, and I think that, handcuffs and ankle cuffs next week are going to make sure that he stays with us because it's nice having him next, even when we're wondering who a player is, he knows, and it was such a help to have him in the booth with us tonight. This student broadcast is produced by the Golden Bear Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any duplication or other use of this broadcast, including descriptions or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Bryan City School District, is prohibited. One final time for all of us at the Golden Bear Sports Network. With Chris Malenga, I'm Dave Brobst, and again, your final score, 47-7 Fairview. Have a great night, everybody. See you tomorrow for volleyball.